the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. Live.
You down with Rapaport? Yes, I am. 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 You better tune in, IamRapaport.com. Cause every single podcast, you know he drops bombs. I seen him on set, a seasoned vet with true talent. Catch him on his way to CrossFit, rocking the New Balance. He asked me to do the track cause he know I rhyme elite. But I'm just waiting for the Robert De Niro line of the week. Breakfast of Champions, hosted bagel, cream cheese, and lox. This is I Am Rapaport, the show never stops. We might catch him out in public, stretching his knees. But if you don't listen to the show, yo, wig up please. Wig up please. This is the
I Am Rapaport Podcast.
All right. This is the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. This is the Gringo Mandingo, a.k.a. Michael Rapaport, a.k.a. Mr. White Folks, a.k.a. White Mike. I'm in here with my partner, no Bruno, G Moody. Last name rhymes with duty. Speaking of no Bruno, so today I was eating sushi in a totally low-key spot in L.A.
Right.
And who the fuck walks in but fucking Bruno?
Oh, for real?
The real Bruno came in there. My man Sacha Baron Cohen came into the sushi spot. And as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, shit. There's Bruno. No Bruno. And I was just bugging off of him and shit. So I seen Bruno. I didn't fuck with him. He was with like 6 British dudes.
All right.
But I saw Bruno in the spot. But the next time I see Sacha Baron Cohen, you know, Borat, Ali G, you know, all that shit, I'm going to have to get a flick with him. I said what's up real quick and kept it moving. But I wanted to get a picture with him to say, look at me, I'm with fucking Bruno, no Bruno.
Right.
Just for the people of the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast, because I'm not a real selfie maven, but there's certain ones that I feel like the fans would appreciate, and I think they would have really appreciated me with the guy that spawned the term no Bruno. And also, in the same sushi restaurant, and this wasn't a fancy joint, Tim Robbins was in, not Tim Robbins, the fuck is his name? Tim Burton. He was in there too, the dude who did Edward Scissorhands and, you know, all that shit. You know, Tim Burton, man. You know, everything, man. He's dope. So he was in the spot, and Bruno was in the same restaurant. But more importantly, this is the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. G Moody is the 2015-2016 podcast co-host of the year. For the listeners that have been here many, many, many times, I like to break it down to some of the new listeners. If you've never heard the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast, we pride ourselves on not fact-checking.
Yep.
We go hard body karate. We go raw dog without a bag. And we're about to do the damn thing. So the NFL playoffs, here we go.
Yep.
The Patriots are going to be playing the Steelers. And the Atlanta Falcons are going to be playing the Green Bay Packers, who fucked the Dallas Cowboys real nice. There's nothing like losing a game at the very, very last second. I wonder if you're an NFL player, like what hurts more, getting blown out of an important game or getting stuffed with a last-minute field goal at the very end of a game?
It has to be the last game. I mean, the last second. That has to kill him.
You mean getting stuffed?
Yes.
At the end of a very hard-fought game?
Yes.
So you think if you played in the NFL, it would be worse to get stuffed by a last-second field goal than it would be to get blown out? Absolutely.
No doubt about it.
I love Aaron Rodgers. He's incredible.
Yo, A-Rod is that dude, man. That's the quarterback. He doesn't run to get away from cats. He runs to get angles to throw it.
Yeah, he's sick. Tom Brady is sick. Matty Ice is sick down in Atlanta. Like, they're, you know, Big Ben. I mean, these guys are sick, but Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady are on some other shit.
Yeah.
They're on some other shit. And after the Steelers won their game, Antonio Brown, the great Antonio Brown, he was bugging. You know, Mike Tomlin is the type of football coach, I think he'll fight his players.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna be like, he'll approach you like, what the fuck you doing? Like he's young, he's in shape. Like he's gonna approach you like, what the fuck is you doing? So Antonio Brown Facebook lived, the great Antonio Brown Facebook live after the game, and you could hear Mike. You see dudes walking around, they got their fucking loafs out, their asses out. Mm-hmm. But the highlight of it was, unless you're into that, the highlight of it was Mike Tomlin off camera talking about going into the Patriots and playing these assholes and staying low key and staying off social media. And Antonio Brown's on social media while he's saying that. And I guarantee you, Mike Tomlin stepped in and be like, "Yo, man, what the fuck you doing?"
Yeah. I would have gave him a good fine. You can't sit him out. But
he would have been like, he don't even need to fine him. Be like, "Yo, what the fuck you doing?"
Nah.
Like Tomlin is on that shit. Yo, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Yeah. I like Tomlin. I like his discipline. I like his he's a player's coach, and that doesn't mean he's soft.
No.
That means they respect this guy as one of them.
Because he'll fight you. So, he'll be like, "Yo, take your shit off. Let's go into the showers. Let's shoot joints for 5. You're a tough guy." They never talk shit about Mike Tomlin. All his players love him, and it comes from respect. It's not like he's lenient or anything. He's got that shit on lock.
Yes. And Terry Bradshaw, look, what's up? What's really
Terry
good?
Bradshaw, you're bugging, man.
What's really good?
So he called Bill Belichick an asshole and all that stuff. And then Bill Belichick the next day, he said, the way he's always so friendly to the press. I don't know anything about social social media. I don't. He knows enough to be cute and say, I'm not on Snapface and I don't do Insta chat. You know what it is, motherfucker.
You know what it is.
You were the OG Snapchat videotaping motherfucker. You was doing it before Instagram. You know what Instagram is and Snapchat is. You probably one of those creeps unfolding the loaf on Snapchat, the little 3-second pictures of your little dirty loaf. You know about videotaping shit. So I hope the Steelers could go in there and kick their ass. They haven't had a lot of luck doing this in the past, but I hope they could go in there and kick their ass.
I got the Steelers. I'm predicting the Steelers are going to win.
Okay, good.
Because
you know what, G? Listen, we all know some of your predictions have come true and some of them haven't.
Some
have, some haven't.
The majority have, bro.
Okay. Some have, some haven't. We know the big Trump one. We know that. But it's like, if they don't win, then you have to acknowledge the fact that your prediction was shit. Okay? You can't just be like, I'm only going to take the glory.
If I'm telling you, Pittsburgh is going to win. They're going in there. Pittsburgh is not some bullshit team. They got Le'Veon Bell with that ill style of running. Yo, this is going to be a good one. And, the cheaters, they're going to do what the cheaters do, man. They're going to do what they do.
Yeah, they're going to do all kind of funny shit with the headphones and the playbooks and all that.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to those games. I'm really looking forward to the playoffs and then the Super Bowl. And we're playing a little bit of fantasy football to some mainstream dudes talking shit. But, we went so hard on DraftKings and in my fantasy football season. I'm trying to just enjoy the games as a fan. And to some of my special players that I played through all season, I'll give you a little bit of that business on DraftKings. But I'm not taking on the world because I just want to enjoy the rest of the season because I went so hard body karate on DraftKings all season. But if you really want it, come find me on Twitter and pop some shit. I'll let you come into the monkey cage. There's only 4 games this week. And this is for the real fantasy mavens.
Right. Yo, before you go, I want to give Dak Prescott mad props. Tony Romo, get your shit, get dressed, and get the fuck out of Dallas. It's Dak Prescott. He earned the job.
Yeah.
It's justified that you are shipped away. This is the quarterback of the future. He brought him back. It wasn't his fault that they lost.
Nah, he was great.
He was great.
The only problem is fucking Tony Romo. He fuck around and be a New York Jet next year.
Yeah,
which wouldn't be bad because things have been worse. And when Tony Romo's on the field, he's good. I just feel like he's just one shove job away from being really hurt bad, and I don't want to see that happen. And so I don't know. It's up to him. Martin Luther King Day, the other day, celebration of Martin Luther King Day, was doused in all sorts of controversy. I heard, you tell me if this is true, G, that, Black History Month, February, is going to turn into 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's Donald Trump's first announcement.
What is it? Can you break that down, that breaking news?
On January 20th, Black History will be reduced to 30 minutes.
It's just, Black History Month will just be 30 minutes long. The whole month, you only have 30 minutes to celebrate. That's Donald Trump's first initiative.
Yeah.
He invited some more people to the White House. Now, I like Steve Harvey. I've met Steve Harvey. I'm a big fan of his for years.
Yes.
But he had Steve Harvey there. Of course, he had Ray Lewis, former football player there. He had Jim Brown, former football player there. On Martin Luther King's birthday, he had Martin Luther King's son there. And he had fucking Kanye West. So he had a comedian, Martin Luther King's son, 2 football players, and a rapper who's on tranquilizers. and Steve Harvey, he went in there, I know these guys are going in there with good intention. They think I'm going to talk to him and I'm going to shed some light on him. Send some light. Yo, if you're going to speak to the president, if you're going to, not going to, like physically going to, but if you're going to speak to the president about black issues and issues in the community and housing issues, why don't you have him come to where you were born? Why the fuck you meeting him in the Trump Towers? Let him see for himself the real shit up close and personal. He's using these fucking dudes to try, he's playing these dudes. You think in a year he's gonna talk to Steve Harvey? And what the fuck, no disrespect to Steve Harvey, what the fuck does he know about fixing the real issues? And he could say, his feelings, and he knows about as much as you and me. But in terms of the actual nuts and bolts of actually fixing the issues, what the fuck does Ray Lewis know? Well, what does Kanye West know? He's using these dudes, and these dudes are going in there taking photo ops. You're being used, man. You smiling and shit with this fucking guy. I know it's weird for me to speak on these issues, but it just doesn't look kosher, man.
Imagine. Did we see Trump? We got athletes, entertainers about black issues, right? But is Trump going to invite Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Joe Namath to talk about why there's an uproar in the white community over the election? See what I'm saying? You don't get athletes. You get elected officials, people that are in Congress. If you want to talk about implementing programs and funding for inner city issues, you're gonna talk to Tom Brady about some white community shit? You're
gonna call fucking Adam Sandler to talk to him about?
Right. Like you said, cat's getting used, man, because you ain't gonna be able to get nowhere near this motherfucker.
No, he's not going to take your fucking phone call, and then in 6 months in a year, these guys are going to be tweeting, man, I got duped. You didn't know you were going to get duped by this fucking guy? You didn't know that he's playing you out? You don't know that you're being used by, he doesn't give a fuck about you. Look who he put in his cabinet.
Yo.
He's got all these people with questionable past.
Right.
Why even consider them if you're trying to make things better? If you got guys that may or may not have been racism is something you could get cured of, like fucking the chicken pox.
Right. That's for sure.
And then there was a shooting in Florida, Dade County, on Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Damn.
And Dade County is that's where you find, that's the swamp. Yeah. That's the back of the swamp. 8 people were shot during a parade, after parade in Florida. Just terrible, man.
Like I said, man, Kanye went in there and he want to talk about gang violence and how to stop it or whatever. But listen, these guys, these conservative guys, the game is over now. All that, they're going to send the army in there. They're going to send a National Guard in Chicago to stop all that bullshit. Watch. Right. They don't. This is not the Obama administration that kind of tiptoe around shit. These motherfuckers going to put a stop to a lot of foolishness with heavy-handed law and order.
Right.
So that's what's going to happen, man.
What do you think about that? Like, if that actually happens, what do you personally think about that?
I think it's needed. Listen, these guys are killing themselves, turning that shit into some wild, wild west shit. Yo, they're not going to allow that to continue, and they shouldn't. You shouldn't tiptoe around with this, man. This is, it's a lot of murders. It's unusual,
right?
And it's in pockets of Chicago. Listen, we can't have that city like that. This is what time it is now.
I hear you. I want to cue the sick fuck of the week music. This award is earned, not given. It's called the sick fuck of the week. This guy's really sick. Lock him up.
How could you do it?
Don't let him out.
Damn. You fucked the dog?
You what? You fucked the dog? Why would you fuck the dog? Why would you fuck your girlfriend's dog? What?
Sick fuck.
The sick fuck of the week. It's earned. Earned. Not given. You did. What? No. No. If you never listened to the Iron Rapaport Stereo Podcast, the sick fuck of the week is an award that is earned, not given. The entire city of Biloxi, Mississippi has earned the sick fuck of the week. This is not about the citizens of I know there's good people in Biloxi, Mississippi, but on Martin Luther King Day, the city of Biloxi said they're no longer calling it Martin Luther King Day. They wanted to have a non-emergency municipal offices in Biloxi, schools and such will be closed in observance of Great Americans Day. They didn't want to call it Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah. They hold the black people in low regard, so they can't bring themselves to say it.
And therefore, Biloxi, Mississippi, not the good people there, because I don't want to generalize the whole place.
Right.
But we know who we're talking about.
That's right.
Are the number one sick fucks of the week on the Iron Rapaport Stereo Podcast, followed by, just to show you what kind of company you're in, a deputy had sex with a dog over and over. A former deputy. Of course, now he's a former deputy. He posted acts on I don't know why he'd want to post the video. It's one thing to think about having sex with the dog. It's another thing to actually have sex with the dog. And then you take things to a whole other level.
Oh, man.
When you post the sex, the porno, the no-no with the dog. You sick fuck you. This was in Texas. Normally we get this kind of behavior from people in other cities, such as Florida. Which brings me to the third sick fuck of the week. I didn't want to let down Florida. Pensacola, Florida.
P-Cola.
P-Cola in the house. A 23-year-old man named Bradley Hubert, who if you didn't look at him twice, you wouldn't think twice about it. He actually broke the mold this time. He doesn't look like a true sick fuck. He's charged with repeated sexual assault of a pit bull for over about 3.5 years. This means he was having sex with a pit bull for
He was in a relationship.
3.5 years. They said he's done it at least 100 times. This woman said she claimed she witnessed Mr. Hubbard assault the dog when she looked through his hole in his door. The dog cried out in pain during the episodes. Bradley Hubert from Pensacola, P-Cola, you sick fuck you.
But Rap, what if he claims he's a doggosexual?
Lock him up. I don't give a fuck what he claims. All these people coming up with these fancy terminology, and I'm this and I'm that. Lock them all up. Lock them the fuck up. Don't even spend that much money. You don't even need a fancy jail. Lock them the fuck up. Barbed wire these animals. Lock them the fuck up. I don't care what you call yourself, what you're into. Let them let's just lock them up. Give them tuna out of a can and lock them up.
But
put them in Arizona where it's really hot, and then give them cans of tuna.
I want to speak about this shit, man.
Okay, go ahead. Speak about this shit.
you have a dog, and
Wheezy, shout out to Wheezy.
And I'm seeing a lot of these. We can't really report on this shit anymore because it's becoming commonplace. So, a lot of people who have their dogs. I'm starting to look at these owners differently. Like, if you dressing up the dog, I see the motherfucker got the slippers on and the coat on, like the dog is freezing. He got fur. The dog got fur. So I'm looking at these dog owners different. Yeah, like they're bugging in the house, and we can't report on this because it's commonplace.
I hear you. I hear you. It's like it's hard to keep up. It's hard to keep up, and we're reporting sick fucks of the week left and right. It's like I thought we were making a subcategory for the animal fucker of the week. It's like we almost have to make its own category.
Yeah, no more dog fuckers. This is normal now. They're gonna give it a name. Somebody's gonna come out and say, I'm a fucking dog-asexual.
Yeah, no. And I say lock them up and give them tune out of a can. The I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast is on TuneIn Radio 24/7. What does that mean for you fucks? Let me tell you what it means. You can listen to all I Am Rapaport podcast episodes on TuneIn. We have our 24/7 channel. It's called Pleasure and Pain. I love TuneIn Radio. You get to listen to your favorite radio stations from all over the country. Books on tape, podcasts, NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, college football, college basketball for free. Literally hundreds of radio stations from all over the country, all over the world, any kind of music you want on TuneIn. Plus, the 24/7 Pleasure and Pain I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast channel on TuneIn. No more excuses, people. I listen to it all the time, whatever you're into. Hip-hop, reggae, soul, jazz, bossa nova, ska, any kind of like old school hip-hop, new school hip-hop. Anything you want, they have it all on TuneIn. Download the TuneIn app and hear what you've been missing. TuneIn, TuneIn. No more excuses, people.
If you're loving this podcast, you should tell a friend about it.
Spread the word about podcasts you think they would enjoy.
There's something for everyone, from entertainment and lifestyle
to news and politics
to sports and more.
Share it on social media.
Tripod.
Believe it or not, some people don't know how great podcasts are.
Or even how to find and listen to them.
You can help change that with a click.
Tell your friends about your favorite podcast.
And don't forget to tell us what you shared with the hashtag Tripod.
TRYPOD.
Tripod.
Thanks for spreading the word.
What else is cracking, Monetti?
Speaking of Trump again, the inauguration, there's a protest march, women's protesting Trump. Here, I want to tell these motherfuckers something right now. Get over it. Trump won. He won. Stop having fucking sour grapes. There's nothing you can do. You can protest. All the fucking rich people come down there. We don't want. He's going to be inaugurated. He's going to be sworn in. So now, you know how much pressure will be on Donald Trump to come through on all those promises? It's all on him. So let's watch him do, because you can't do nothing. It's not like he's not going to be president. You know what I'm saying? And you also got to realize that all that sucker shit, that talking, that was campaign shit. He did that to get elected. So let's see now that he's elected. Let's see what happens. Because all that protesting will not stop it.
Just you're right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to try, and he got to try and unify the nation. You know what I'm saying?
He's not the person to do it. He's not the person to do it.
Well, we're going to see that.
Listen, I get what you're saying about the protesting, but I'm not sure the exact title. I don't want to be disrespectful because I know the intentions are fantastic. The quote unquote Million Woman March. It's bigger than that because it's about female rights, and I support it. I know what you're saying. I think it's good though to add to his pressure and to hold him accountable to all the shit that he said he was going to do, which he ain't going to do. Miles, I'm sorry. Can you please cue back the sick fuck of the week music? This award is earned, not given. It's called the... Okay, you can stop it. A Houston Texas middle school teacher who I would say is like a 9 out of a 10.
A banger.
Alexandra Vera was pregnated by a 13-year-old student. See, we make jokes about this. This is fucked up.
Yeah. Damn.
She had been having sex. Yeah, that's sick, man. And this just goes to show the sick fuck of the week doesn't discriminate. All races, creeds, shapes, sizes. Doesn't care what you look like. This is another one who doesn't look like a sick fuck. She's pretty. 24-year-old English teacher. She met the student, had him skipping class. The kid was flirting with the teacher, grabbed her butt in class. He was always over at her house. She would tell her neighbors, "This is my brother," and then she was having sex with him. I'm not even gonna make fun of this shit because this is nothing. This is straight up rape. She's going to jail for it. This woman had a kid, a 4-year-old daughter from another relationship. Imagine that. This is a mom of a 4-year-old, and she's doing it. And the craziest shit is, the kid's parents, the 13-year-old's parents, they were very supportive and excited by the relationship and when they found out that the woman was pregnant. So they're also the sick fucks of the week.
Word.
I mean, that is some way out shit, man.
Yo, yeah, that is... Homegirl got to do a 10-year bid for this.
Yeah, you fucking 13-year-old boys, you sicko.
Yeah. And you and she's bad too.
Yeah. She's one of those Instagram chicks you'd go up in the DMs and be like, "Yo, what's really good?" Yo, you heard about this story? I remember when this happened 18 years ago. We weren't podcasting officially then.
Right.
But a baby was snatched from a Florida hospital about 18, 19 years ago by a regular woman who had other kids.
How do you do that?
Raised by another woman and another family. Total, no abuse, no anything. Raised her as her own. Thought it was her mom. And then the girl, who's now 18, had an inclination something was up. And she started backtracking. And this girl who was snatched out of a hospital.
How do you fucking do that?
Yo, I don't know how you do it, but the family remembers, like, it was, I remember when this was reported. She was taken out of the hospital, like a woman was dressed in a nursing outfit, picked her up, moved around, and I don't know all the details. I'm not, what is this, fucking CSI? It's the Iron Rapaport Stereo Podcast.
That seems crazy, man.
It's crazy. And if you saw a picture of the girl, Camilla Mobley, that's not even her real name. Her real name is something else, but this is what she was raised as. The woman who raised her looks just like her mom. The woman was a church-going woman, raised her perfectly, nothing happened. And then now she's got a whole other family. They've been looking for her for 18 years. Could you imagine how fucked up that is?
Yo.
Like, if you found out, like, I know my father's my father. I mean, if you look at his face,
right,
and you look at my face, you see, no other person could be my father besides my father. But could you imagine if I found out Disco Dave Rapaport wasn't my father? And that he snatched me out of a hospital for some fucking reason. I don't know why anybody would have taken. I was kicking and screaming the fucking moment I came out. They would have picked somebody else. If you were looking to steal babies, the Gringo Mandingo was not the baby you were looking to steal. Trust me. You'd have fucking brought me right the fuck back. That's what I told my kids when they were younger, because like I would let them play in the park and be like, well, what if we get kidnapped? I said, trust me, if you get kidnapped, they'll bring you back. They're not going to want anything to do with you. You'll fucking drive the kidnappers crazy. Anyway, this story, like the real father and the real mother, they're still alive, and she's 18, so she could do what she wants, and she has these people she's never met who are her paternal parents, and then this woman who's now going to go to prison probably for the rest of her life, who she viewed as her mom. I mean, the twisted emotion of that to me is just far out, because she loves the woman.
Of course.
So I just thought it was a crazy story. And I saw this movie because last week, we called Dean Collins. I finally got all my Dean Collins, aka the young shooter. I got all my screeners back. I saw this movie called Lion, like the animal. It's a really good movie. I suggest you see it. It's about this. It's a true story about this two brothers in India. They get separated when they're really young, and then he gets adopted, and then it's a crazy story, just similar to what I just talked about here with this story down in South Kakalaka. Your boy Bernie Madoff, Ponzi scheming, money grubbing piece of shit that he is.
Yeah.
He's in prison now, running a hot chocolate scam. He's getting all the rights to the hot chocolate in prison, causing trouble. He's a real star in prison. They love him in there because he's like a fantastic, famous criminal.
Yeah.
And now he's in there. He runs all the hot chocolate in the clink. He hasn't apparently gotten the Wonder Bread bag and olive oil treatment as of yet. Apparently, they love him in there. So it doesn't always work out for the guys you'd want to get the Wonder Bread bag treatment. This guy destroyed his own family, and he destroyed other people's lives into poverty because he stole all their money. Fuck you, Bernie Madoff. Fuck you.
Yeah, man. He needs the Wonder Bread.
Yeah, give him the Wonder Bread bag. Hit him off with the Wonder Bread bag. Did you see the Golden State Warriors shit on the Cavaliers the other day in Golden State?
Oh, I didn't see it. What they did?
Yeah, shitted on him real nice.
Hey, man.
And LeBron, Mr. Muscle Guy, the only NBA star I could ever recall who played that many games and never got hurt. Never. He never had a serious injury, and that's great for him.
Yes.
And I'm not saying I wish injury on any professional athlete, but don't you think it's a little bit coincidental that he's never had any serious injury that's kept him out for any real long period of time? But at one point during the game, what's the dick kicker's name?
Draymond.
Oh, yeah, Dre. He went for a steal, and they sort of bumped into each other, and LeBron flopped down. It was like fucking Jimmy Superfly Snuka. R.I.P.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. All the theatrics he does, he fell down, he's doing all this and doing all that. And then there was a little, mild skirmish, and my man David West of the Golden State Warriors, who looks like he could slap the phlegm out of your whole system. He should be a doctor. I want to see David West. Like, oh, you got your little cold, Rapaport, come here. And he just smacks the fucking cold right out of your system.
Right. Yeah, the big ass hands. That's what he's. Word.
So, but nothing happened. But LeBron, he's just a big theatrical guy.
Yo, they winning the championship again, man.
Yo, not based on the way I saw this game.
Get used to it. I know you don't want it. I know you don't want that to happen. But get used to it. They got Cal Korver. Come on, man.
Korver.
It's another championship.
Not so fast, asshole.
He's listen, man. He's better than Kobe Bryant, right? He's better than Kobe Bryant. He's proven that. A lot of cats don't want to say that, but this is an all-around player, all the positions. Telling you, man.
You say, oh, you're telling me. It's not like you're fucking...
I can't diss this dude.
And you know what? I'm entitled not to like him, just like I didn't like fucking Larry Joe Bird when he played. I didn't like that fuck either.
Nah.
It's just like I don't like Tommy Brady. I didn't like Larry fucking Joe Bird. I didn't like Jim Rice.
Yo,
okay?
you got to... No, you got to respect my man.
Of course
game,
I respect him, but he's such a big badass, and they're like, oh, he could play tight end in the NFL. Not with all that flopping.
Oh, they'll kill him in the NFL.
Yeah,
that
fucking knock
he'll
his
have
fucking
CTE.
Yeah, have him fucking walking around talking to himself. I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast is sponsored by Casper Mattress. Casper is an obsessively engineered mattress at a shockingly fair price. It combines a springy latex and supportive memory foam to create an award-winning sleep surface with just the right of sink and just the right amount of bounce. Free shipping and returns in the United States and Canada. You could try a Casper mattress risk-free for 100 nights in your home. If you don't love it, they will pick it up and refund you everything. They have sheets. They have pillows. They have doggy beds. Go to www.casper.com/Rapaport. Use the promo code Rapaport. You could save $50 towards any mattress purchase. Casper understands the importance of truly sleeping on a mattress before you commit, especially considering you're going to spend 1/3 of your life sleeping on it.
If you're loving this podcast, you should tell a friend about it.
Spread the word about podcasts you think they would enjoy.
There's something for everyone from entertainment and lifestyle
To news and politics.
To sports and more.
Share it on social media.
Tripod.
Believe it or not, some people don't know how great podcasts are.
Or even how to find and listen to them.
You can help change that with a click.
Tell your friends about your favorite podcast.
And don't forget to tell us what you shared with the hashtag Tripod.
TRYPOD.
Tripod.
Thanks for spreading the word.
What else is popping up? Oh, yo, your girl Lindsay Lohan, apparently she turned to Islam.
Oh, she down with the Nation of Islam?
I don't know. I don't know if she's down with the nation. Want me to tell you a Lindsay Lohan story? Now, I'm a fan of hers. I wanted her to do well. She's been through a lot. I think she had a really rough go of it. Hollywood has turned her back on her. Mm-hmm. But, let's see. This must be 12, 13 years ago. Was divorced. Mm-hmm. Separated from Jake. I saw her on a plane, her and her mom. Yeah, I didn't know. Lindsay Lohan, I'm on a plane. I'm sitting down. I said, give me a little head nod. Hey, how you doing? She saw me. I saw her. I knew she was young at the time. She was with her mom. Mm-hmm. Didn't think much of it. I get off the plane, mind my business. About, I don't know, a year later, I'm out one night. This is when I was still active in the clubs. Go to the clubs, you get a little this, you get a little that. You go in there, you're shaking your ass, you're doing a little two-step. I'm not scared to dance. I'll dance. Mm-hmm. Go to the bar to get my ginger ale. Who do I see? Lindsay Lohan. Nice. Looking nice. She comes up to me. She says, how you doing, Michael? I'm Lindsay. I said, I know. She goes, I met you on a plane once. I said, yeah, I remember. She goes, I was 17 at the time. And I said, yeah. She goes, well, I'm 18 now.
She's ready. She's ready.
Yeah. I didn't take the opportunity.
Oh.
Because she was 18 and I was, it's just not my thing. Now, you might say, well, you might say, well, is that stick man? Is that not stick man? In my opinion, I'm not a fucking savage. As much as the gringo man dingo likes to get dirty, down and dirty, down to fight to rhyme 30. 18 at the time, I was what? 30-something? I had 2 kids. What am I going to do with? Even though I know she's out and about, she's wild. What am I going to do with that?
Right.
Huh?
Yeah, Well, I know you regret it.
Well, now I do in hindsight, but I know in my heart that I'm not animal. I'm not animal. I want to give a shout out to the guy who had $3,000 DMV fines. My man came in there with 5 wheelbarrows with pennies in Virginia. Nick Stafford, I'd love to get you on the Iron Rapaport Stereo podcast. He said, fuck you, DMV.
I like how Money did that shit. Yeah.
Money came in there with the wheelbarrows full of pennies and made them count them shits. Fuck with you, Nick Stafford of Virginia. I would love to get this gentleman on the podcast. I like his style. Fuck you. Fuck the DMV. You're breaking my balls. Okay?
Yep.
$3,000? Okay, you count the fucking pennies.
I want to give, since my man Obama days are here, it's over.
Yeah.
I want to give him a salute for holding his head high while surrounded by fucking barbarians, disrespecting his wife, disrespecting his daughters. You're a better man than a lot of motherfuckers because nobody would take that. But you took it for reasons. So I want to salute you. You did good in spite of a lot of bullshit. And ride off into the sunset. Go back to fucking Indonesia and say, fuck y'all.
My biggest regret about the 8 years that Obama was president, I know people, some great people made it to the White House to visit him. I know some people that went into the White House that got invited, and I never got invited on my own. But I know if I had sort of put a little bit more effort, I could have made it to one of these shindigs at the White House. It's my biggest regret. Because I know some creeps. I know these people. I know about 3 creeps off the top of my head that were in the White House And I'm like, if this fucking guy's at the White House with his picture of Obama, well, what the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah.
So that's my personal biggest regret. I don't know. It's the Iron Rapaport Stereo Podcast. What more can I say? G Moody, last name rhymes with duty. 2015-2016 podcast co-host of the year. I am the Gringo Mandingo. This is the Iron Rapaport Stereo Podcast. We are the Disco 2.
Gruesome twosome.
The Awesome 2.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Teddy Ted and Special K.
Special K. Yes.
No, they are the true Awesome 2, but we do it with love and respect. And what else, man? That's it, man. It's the Iron Rapaport. Anybody that likes listening to me talk about housewives, I don't talk heavy about my housewives on here because I know it's not for everybody. But if you are into my housewives talk, I did a podcast called Bitch Sesh. It's a great podcast if you fuck with the housewives. I out-bitched the bitches when it comes to the housewives. You should check it out. You will get a kick out of it. It's very funny if you fuck with the housewives, talk shit about all of them, the good, the bad, the highs, the lows, Mariah, all reality TV, everything, and the girls are real cool, so you should check that out. This is the Iron Rapaport Stereo Podcast, and we're done having fun.
Peace.